grab some of the Jell-O, some of the whipped cream. Yo, welcome back to Urban Street 420. I'm your host, 40. Today we're making cannabis-infused homemade Jell-O. What? Now, it would be healthy if we weren't using store-bought juice. You could buy whatever fruit you want, blend it up, strain it to remove the pulp from the juice, and use the natural fruit juice, and then this would be seriously healthy Jell-O. Anyways, come on over here, let's get started, baby. All right, so we're closer. I've got all the ingredients out. We're going to talk about options, substitutions, etc. because there are a lot of options, right? So like I said before, a juice. I'm going to use this strawberry juice right here, but of course you could get strawberries or whatever fruit you want, blend them up, strain the pulp from the juice and just use the juice, and then this would be all natural, right? We're going to use unflavored gelatin, 2 cups of juice to 1 tablespoon of unflavored gelatin and 1 tablespoon of a sweetener. I'm going to use honey, but you could use maple syrup. You could use agave, your choice, right? Now you do not have to add extra flavoring, but I'm going to add extra strawberry flavoring to make this Jell-O even more strawberry, even more tastes like strawberry, right? So I'm going to use probably a teaspoon of this flavoring. Coloring is also optional. These 2 things are optional, flavoring and coloring. The coloring, again, is optional, up to you. I'm going to squirt a little bit of color in there to make it more to my liking. This right here, I don't know if you can see, this is tincture mixed with guar gum. The guar gum is going to be our emulsifier. I have 4 milliliters of the tincture in here. That 4 milliliters of tincture is 120 milligrams of potency, and that's what I've decided to make this Jell-O, just in case I want to eat it in one go, right? I've got a couple containers here. This is what I'm going to put the gelatin in, or Jell-O when it's done. We're going to put this, and then we're also going to fill these 2 glasses for some nice presentation. Anyways, let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is we are going to take 1 tablespoon of neutral flavored gelatin. Now you might be using Knox if you're in the US or Royal or whatever you want. Doesn't matter the brand. Huh? So 1 tablespoon of neutral flavored gelatin in a separate container. And now what we want to do is I'm going to fill up 1 cup right here and then pour a little bit of the cup in here and a little bit in here, right? Now you could probably do this so you dirty more dishes, but I'm going to try to do it so I dirty less dishes. Now this strawberry juice is not the prettiest in color, right? It's kind of brownish. So let's just pour majority of it in here and pour enough to cover this in here, maybe even a little bit more. There we go. Now we're going to take 1 more cup, so a total of 2 cups in total of juice, and we're going to put the rest of this cup in here. Sweet. Now we're going to remove our juice. Let's go ahead and stir this up because you want to make sure all that unflavored gelatin is touching the juice so it can fully bloom, right? All right. Now, as we wait for that to bloom, we're going to go ahead and turn on the heat of our stove to bring this up to, well, almost a boil, right? It doesn't have to be a boil, almost a boil. All right, so as this is coming up to temperature, we could go ahead and add a few other things. Number 1, let's go ahead and add the flavoring, the guar gum mixed with tincture. Now, what if you don't want to use tincture? What else can you use? You could use distillate, you could use rosin or another concentrate. I don't think this will work with can of butter or can of oil, so you're out of luck if those are your only 2 options. But again, tincture, concentrate will work just as well. I'm adding the guar gum to work as an emulsifier and also a distribution agent for the infusion, right? So let's go ahead and mix this up in the cup a bit and let's pour it out in here. And one of the reasons we already want to pour this in is so we can start stirring. This is going to take quite a bit of stirring to make sure that we thoroughly mix everything. And yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and take some of the coloring. Now, how much coloring? Up to you. I'm going to put 2 squirts. 1, 2. Oh, and the top of this came off. Sweet. All right, and let's take 1 teaspoon of this strawberry flavoring, right? Again, the coloring and the flavoring are optional, as well as the infusion. You don't have to infuse it if you don't want to. You just want to make a regular homemade Jell-O for your kids. You could do that. This is definitely a healthier option than buying a pre-made box mix, right? Obviously, this is one brand here. You could buy these pre-made box mix, but have tons of preservatives, and this is definitely a healthier way to eat Jell-O, right? All right, let's go ahead and grab a whisk, and we are just going to start stirring this up. We are going to save the honey to the end, right? Because once we take it off the fire, we will then incorporate the honey, that way leaving all the natural healing properties of honey within it, right? So it's getting hotter. I'm going to turn this down to medium high, and looks like the gelatin is bloomed if you look here. So perfect. What we're going to do now is dump in the bloomed gelatin. It had been blooming for approximately, I don't know, 3 minutes, something like that. Just make sure it's fully bloomed before you put it in. All right, and it's really this simple. I mean, this takes the most amount of work is just doing this. After we're finished with this, right, stirring for approximately 5, 6, 7 minutes, we might even bring the immersion blender. In fact, let's grab that to make things faster. Just to make things faster, I'm going to put the immersion blender in there, make sure all the tincture and everything is fully mixed, right? All right, that seems pretty well mixed. We're going to take this attachment off, drop it in the sink, drop the temperature down, move this slightly off the heat, or move it off the heat for a second. Let's put this here. Let's start stirring this puppy up. Everything is looking fantastic. We'll turn the fire off, or turn the heat off of the stove. We're going to keep stirring this, and now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. The sweetener is to make this sweeter, because of course the juice has sugar that we bought, but it is going to taste better with a sweetener. Again, you could use honey, you could use maple syrup, you could use stevia, entirely your choice. I like honey, so I'm using honey. We're going to keep stirring this for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Make sure that honey gets incorporated. And that's it. We're going to put it inside of the bowl in the 2 shot glasses. We'll put it in the fridge, and then I will see you guys when it solidifies. Which probably take a couple hours, by the way. Grab a shot glass. We're going to take one of these. We should get a paper towel because we're going to make a mess, almost for sure. Something like that. All right, so now another option is what we could do is we could add chopped up pieces of fruit and put it in here, and when this solidifies, the pieces of chopped up fruit would be in there. Mind you, they would probably sink to the bottom, but it is a cool addition if you like. We are going to garnish these with whipped cream and a cherry on top. Let's put these in the fridge, and I'll see you guys when they're ready. All right, so it's been a couple hours. Here we go. I took a picture for the thumbnail, which looks better than this because the whipped cream's melting. It is what it is. I do have a spoon right here. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to come in here, grab some of the Jell-O, some of the whipped cream. Amazing. What a great date night idea. Next time for your significant other, make this infused Jell-O. Or if you want, make it for the kids, but don't make it infused, right? There's lots of options. You don't have to use tincture. You could use concentrate to infuse this. I do not taste any cannabis in this at all. I do not taste any alcohol from the tincture in here at all. You don't have to make it with juice. You can make it with fresh fruit. Again, blend the fruit, strain the pulp, you're left with the juice, and then it's all natural, right? You don't have to use artificial colorings or flavorings or anything like that. If you decide to skip using honey, use something because it's not going to be sweet enough just with the juice, right? Let's have one more bite. And my guess is this going to be like 40 milligrams is my guess for this little shot right here because this is more than 1/4 of what we infused, huh? Anyway, like I said, you could cut up pieces of fresh fruit, drop it in there, and if we had dropped a bunch of pieces of strawberry in here, for example, it would have hardened with the strawberry in there. Absolutely amazing. The options are limitless. Only your creativity or your imagination is the limit. Guys, if you make this, please put in the comment what flavor did you go with, right? Did you like it? Guys, gals, everybody, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time, I'm out!